You don't know the power of the dark side. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. Chillin with Villains podcast.
Mark, you're not gonna do it? You're not with us?
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Let's say yeah. All right, yo.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right, let's get it started.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. What is going on, everyone? It is episode 47,
Yeah, we're getting old.
and you we're about to get in our midlife podcast crisis, I guess. It is episode 47, and it is the Ease Jobs. Whoa.
Wow.
This tea got me wild. It is the Brown Steve Jobs mix with Steve Austin, a.k.a. your host, Norin Rad, a.k.a. Ozzy Mandy is here, joined through clear audio streams by the Gostoso from the Lost Borough, Clown Prince, and all the way from...
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Oh, not
No.
again.
I got it right
Oh,
here.
okay, my
I
bad,
got it right here. Relax.
My bad, damn.
All the way from, considering how he said you're...
Yeah.
all the way from...
That boy from like...
all the way from Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Ooh.
Zoom, who was also a
Zoom.
DC senior correspondent, president of stats for the Boston Celtics, and CEO of TD Bank. Welcome, gentlemen. You are chilling with villains. And I'm not saying welcome, gentlemen, because only niggas listen to this, but I'm just saying, like, everyone. I'm saying gentlemen to my guys here. But what's
Yeah.
good, y'all? What's up?
What's good? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Nah, yo. How's
Yo.
y'all weekend so far? It's only Tuesday. Damn, I thought it was Wednesday.
It's a long ass week, bro.
Really?
I'm over this week already, bro.
How? It got cut short.
Not for me.
Not for me.
I had to
either.
go to work
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Must be nice.
Yo, not really. Man, still with a hernia. It's not nice for him.
Nah,
Oh,
hernia
Lord.
with a possible
My
torn
fault.
tendon. 'Cause
Wow, look at you.
Jesus Christ.
I had an MRI today, guys, and I haven't had one in like 10 years, and I forgot how hot it gets under there. So shout out to anyone who's gotten an MRI before.
Shout out to anyone getting an MRI tomorrow or the next day or the next day.
God bless, bro. That shit is rough.
But
yeah.
man, we're here. We're here to discuss some DC stuff. No real news has dropped. I mean, we haven't dropped a podcast since the Batsuit reveal, so we can definitely
Get on that, yeah. Jump
Yeah.
into that first, yeah.
Did you see the suit, Ariel, or no?
I saw just screenshots of it. I didn't see the actual test footage video. Again, I have a lot to say about like how it was presented,
Uh-huh.
and it's all good feelings about it. I just
Yes.
think that
Why?
I think
Why?
yo, it's the-
I think we're all
relax.
on the same. I think we're all on the same page then. I fucking loved it. That shit to me was dope the way they revealed. I was at work and then so I have Matt Reeves notifications on for Twitter. So I seen it pop up
The
and
best.
it said like test screening. I'm like and then like I stopped whatever I was doing at work because well the Batman.
Priorities, of course.
Priorities like excuse me ma'am the Batman. They're like oh okay we understand we get it. So he dropped it on his Vimeo and I was like word like Warner Brothers let him do that. Warner Brothers just giving everyone besides Zack Snyder privilege to do shit like I really don't
As far as we know for now. As far as we know for now.
right. So he just dropped that shit on his Vimeo and like my shit was lagging a little bit, but then as soon as it stopped lagging, I see the suit. I was like, oh, I was like, my goodness. And then that's when I started writing in the chat. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, somebody post this now ASAP. Get on it.
I gotta come up
Um,
with a nickname for you as a journalist, bro, because you be on it. Like you are on it, dude. Jesus.
nah, bro. Yo,
He's
the
he's
power.
Woosh. He's
He's
Woosh.
Woj.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. That's me. If it didn't come from me, it ain't facts.
Yo.
It's not facts if it didn't come from me. But
Man's
nah,
is
bro. That
Woosh.
whoa. Yeah, so the music is by Michael Giacchino. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name.
Michael
Song,
Giacchino.
yeah, right. The song was fire, and so Matt Reeves wrote, music by him. He's like, yes, folks, that's my music in the video. Matt just sent out. Enjoy. And he also said that there's gonna be more of that. Like that's not the full thing. So I'm already loving the theme. Um, say what you want about Robert Pattinson. His jawline is perfect. Like for the cowl, it's perfect.
The crimson chin.
No homo. Pause that exactly. But what do y'all think? So yeah, let's hear it. What do y'all think of the suit in general? What do y'all think of the bat symbol? What do y'all think of the cowl? What's going on?
Come on, Zoom. Bring it home.
I love it. I loved everything about that video. It was awesome. Only thing is like we didn't get to see the ears, but I was like, whatever, we're gonna see that in time, so I think it doesn't really matter. But the the logo is fire. Definitely can be used as a weapon. I can see it already.
Yeah.
And I think that it just looks so dope. And then the music and the play in the background too. I love that. Like, and they said that like wait till you hear the rest of it, so you know that it's gonna like probably get more amped up or more like there's definitely a lot more to it. So I definitely can't wait to hear that. I think that's gonna be probably how everyone freaked out about that Wonder Woman theme song. I think this is gonna be the theme song that people forgot about.
Yeah, dude. I
So
mean, this shit went fucking like as soon as it dropped, like it was like almost number one trending on Twitter already. Like that just shows the
not from
caliber.
us.
What?
Not from us, because I
Oh,
posted ass.
whoa! It didn't do ass,
No, I
but
didn't ask, but it didn't do as good as I wanted it to.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
we was one of the first ones to post it, and y'all didn't jump on it. I'm disappointed in y'all, but
Fake.
nonetheless, it was like I think 54 seconds, but 20 of it was just showing him. I love like the red ambiance of it because it reminds me of like Batman the animated series because that was like kind of like the color palette that they use, like the black and red.
Right.
And yeah, kind of to your point, Zoom with his symbol. So I noticed it doesn't have ears. I think someone complained about it because obviously we need people to complain about things because that's just the world we live in nowadays. Like, oh, how are you gonna have a bat suit without the symbol having the ears? And it's like, oh my god, just
Wait,
shut the
that
fuck
was a
up.
legitimate complaint.
A legitimate
Yep.
complaint.
Hey, buddy, you're still buying your ticket.
You're still buying
Yeah,
your
so shut the fuck up. Exactly.
Fuck out of here, dude.
But not like you said, it could be used as I don't think there's a lot of rumors going on that it's the gun parts that he used from Joe Chill's gun that killed his parents. Although I think that would be awesome. It would be a great it would be very symbolic. Um, I don't think that's the case. Nobody confirmed that. People just one person said it and then everyone just ran with it. It's like, oh, did y'all, you know? I mean, I ain't gonna
Right.
front. I ran with it too. I was, oh shit, but then I'm like, wait, like Matt didn't confirm it. Nobody behind the scenes confirmed it. So I'm gonna just wait till one of them confirms what it is. But like you said, I think it's gonna be used more for either a batarang or the grapple gun or something like that. Something that he's gonna be able to use it for.
Or,
Or what's up?
I mean, just from the pictures alone, I'm like, all right, this shorty who won the Oscar for best costume design going into work here, bro. Like because
Oh yeah, Shawty that won the Oscar. That's
yeah,
right.
exactly. I will bring up her name. I don't want to do that to her. She's an Oscar winner, but what I do love is the practicality of the suit. Same way we saw with Christian Bale's Batman. It was a practical suit. Everything on there made sense. It had a function. Batfleck suit, the regular gray one, and then the tactical one that he wore in Justice League.
In the fan
in the fan made film that Ben Affleck starred in. Wow, really nice guy to do that. But but like
we're so foul.
It all has a purpose.
Yeah.
But
no, 100%.
Clearly Battinson's suit, especially like where the neck is, like the collar part. Like I've seen comparisons to the Year One Batman, which is what I called like from the jump. I was like, oh, they probably gonna like this has like a Year One vibe to it because he's so young and all that stuff. So I'm like, maybe the bat symbol isn't a weapon. Maybe it's more of like a Swiss Army knife kind of thing. Like maybe it could I don't know, grapple. It could cut. It could do mad shit. Maybe I don't know. That's my take on it. But outside of that, like again, I'm just basing off of pictures. I haven't seen the video yet, but.
Right.
This is gonna be definitely something special. Solely because of the care and how they're presenting it to us, how it's not an Entertainment Weekly shot, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it feels personal almost. It feels like, yo, this is my passion project. Look what the fuck I'm doing, guys. That's what Matt Reeves is doing.
Great point. That's a great point.
Yeah.
So yes, her name, Ariel, Jacqueline Duran.
Jacqueline Duran.
She won an Oscar for Little Women. She also did 1917. Oh shit. But yeah, she's doing the costume design for Batman. Yeah, and to your point, you called the Year One like design. So this is taking place, Matt Reeves confirmed, at Bruce's
2 years.
second year as Batman.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so we are getting a young Batman.
And
like
not just that, he's gonna get fucked up.
I don't know, man.
Nah,
like,
bro. Dude, he has to get washed.
Why do you say that?
Because part of
he's still a trained assassin, pretty much.
Well, we don't know how Matt Reeves is gonna take this, bro. Remember, this is.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna see another origin story. Like, we're not seeing an origin movie here.
I hope not, bro. If I have to see Martha and Thomas Wayne die again,
you will.
Yeah, I will.
They'll probably bring it up just because why not? Batman.
But don't do like Zach did and show us in the credits beautifully and making us cry and shit. Do it.
Right from the jump, right? Right from the jump of the movie, you crying. You're like, yo, chill. Like, I just stepped in. I just got my popcorn. Like, I'm not even halfway through it.
My guy, I just sat
Word.
But no, dude, 20 seconds of greatness. I can't. It was smart he did that just because they're shooting outside, so we would have got those fucking terrible ass phone quality pics of the suit leak. So Matt Reeves like, you know what? Let me just show you guys.
Pages would have got taken down. Like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, no. So also, it reminded me a little bit of the Arkham game suits, just the way it's cut up. Yeah. So
not like Arkham Knight, because that shit is like super beast. But like I'd say probably Arkham
Yeah, definitely.
And Arkham Origins started you off from the jump, like you was already Batman. So
you were Batman, but it was like young, very young.
And I heard also that the ears are gonna be very high up. They're not gonna be like small, kind of like Ben's was, or medium size, kind of like Bale's was.
Oh wow, it's gonna be. We're getting all versions.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I'm interested to see if they can how it looks on that suit.
Yeah, and again, that's that's not to say this is his final look. This is just the look we're gonna get for, I guess, majority of the movie, and maybe at the end we'll get because there's supposed to be a trilogy to this. So
what?
They're definitely gonna. Yeah.
Did I know that, bro?
Yo, he just got dumb hype.
What?
He said what?
Yeah, this is so.
This is gonna be Matt Reeves' trilogy,
and this is gonna lead up to something we definitely have to touch base on, which is Ben Affleck. But anything else we want to touch on this suit reveal, guys, or no?
Uh,
I mean, I said what I
I'm
yeah.
just gonna go out and make a prediction right now. I think this movie's gonna make $1 billion, and I think Robert Pattinson's definitely gonna surprise a lot of people, and I think he's gonna be one of the best, if not the best Batman.
Oh
Man.
shit! Drop
Just
the
gonna go
bomb
out.
for
Just
that.
I'm just gonna go out and
Rah!
jump on a limb here and just go crazy. Because again, like I'm not gonna compare him to Ben Affleck's Batman because Ben
Two
Affleck's
completely
Batman
different iterations.
exactly. Frank Miller, he's supposed to be that dark, gritty guy. Like I
Yeah.
think this one's gonna be like, playboy walking around like with a little bit of swag.
Uh-huh.
So, and I think this one's gonna be, in terms of that style of Batman and Bruce Wayne, I think he might be the best. I think he might overtake Christian Bale.
You know what? I want to sit in that, sit on that ledge right next to you, buddy. You know why? Because
Because we never agree on anything.
Exactly.
It's a new year.
and also I believe that there has not been a single Batman that has been nominated for an Oscar. I know that for sure.
You think this is gonna be the one?
This might be the one, my guys. You know why? Because the industry is changing, guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
Joker just won an Oscar.
It did not win an Oscar.
I'm talking about for Best Actor.
Oh, my bad.
And
The way you said that, it did not win an Oscar.
false. But yeah, like I think that Rob Pat is gonna smoke this. Not only because he's so like, if you guys have seen Good Time or Lighthouse, or I haven't seen Lighthouse yet, but you can tell this dude gets into his role, but doesn't bring it home with him. He's kind of like Joaquin. He gets into it, and then once he's done, and like he's himself and all that. I just think that he's really comfortable in this. I think that Matt Reeves is handling this in a way that's gonna make everybody on this team bring their fucking everybody's triple double, dude. Everybody knows the Batman movie. I'm telling you, that's it. That's all. I
But it's like all the interviews I've seen, Robert Pattinson, when they had asked him like, oh, why did you decide to join? And he's like, it revolves around one thing. Everyone's been talking about the script. Everyone has just been talking about how good the script is. So I'm just like, yo, like, damn.
I'm a sucker for a good script.
I mean, the script, I would say more than half of what makes a good movie. You need that good storytelling to really bring out everything else. And we already discussed the cast. We don't even got to go into that because this
because the cast is fire.
This is a hell of a draft class, bro.
Yes, it is.
That is a hell of a draft class.
So it's like we're I think we're in for a great ride. That shit, when he dropped it, that shit got me hyped because Batman's my dude. That is my ultimate, by far, favorite superhero, favorite comic book character, and there's never once where I doubted. Where as soon as Robert Pattinson got casted, all of us really had like that feeling, like, you know what?
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys were. I don't remember exactly how the conversation went when it first came up, but I guess you guys haven't really seen anything else other than Twilight that he's been in at that point, right?
I wanted to see Lighthouse, but I didn't get around to it. But I heard he was phenomenal in that.
Yeah, and he, like, when I found out about this, I was like, oh, like I think I was pretty like in, like, as soon as Junior finished the sentence, I was like, oh, yep, that's it, out of here. Because after I saw him in Good Time, and again, I've said this, like, anytime I guess we mention Rob Pat, go see that, guys. All right. Go see Good Time. They just got put on Netflix.
Promo.
It just got put on Netflix. Yup.
I'll say less.
I'll send you a link, my guy.
I could just look it up on Netflix.
No, I'm that excited. Yo, GQ Batman. That's it. We out here.
Well, the funny thing is, which is, I think full circle. He got cast. They asked him, like, when did you find out you got casted? Guess who he was with? Christopher Nolan. Because they were shooting Tenet.
Filming Tenet, yup.
So it's just like full circle. Like he's probably like, "Hey, Chris, I just got cast as Batman," and I can only imagine the advice that Christopher Nolan, the director of the greatest trilogy ever made, superhero, um, the advice that he gave him. He probably gave him so many pointers. It's insane.
Especially from a.
That's kind of dangerous though.
I see. I agree
Getting
with. I agree with Mark again because it could go both ways there.
Right. No,
right,
but
like
I
it could be,
don't
it could be generic good advice, but then it could also be like stuff where it's like, maybe that doesn't fit in with what Matt Reeves
no,
wants, and I'd
100%.
rather,
But I
yeah,
don't think it was advice until like, oh, do this, this, and this. It was more like, hey, from my experience working
yeah,
with this particular character, this is what I see that worked, and this is what I saw that didn't. Maybe Matt has that same goal. Maybe he doesn't, but just a word of advice. And Christian Bale, they've asked him several times already as well, and he loves the casting. He thinks Robert Pattinson's a great actor. So yeah, I mean, just that test, that test reveal footage, everyone for the majority loved it for the most part. People that voted on our story, there was only like 5 6 who need to go hug their mom. um but and even on like Complex and like comicbook.com, everyone's like, fire, let's get it. So 2021, get ready. I think it's in June, right? June
I think
something.
June or July, one of them. One of them.
So summer movie, I can't wait. My favorite season, my favorite hero. Let's get it.
That's GQ Batman, bro. That's
Speaking
it.
of the Bat of Gotham, the other very well praised Ben Affleck. Um, man, today he was
He's doing press for the Way Back film that has
hmm,
coming out next month, I think.
yeah.
yes,
Um, and he spoke with someone on he didn't mention who it was, but he showed somebody the Batman script. So this is the exact quote. I showed somebody the Batman script, Affleck said. They said, I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through what you just went through again.
Eh.
So for those that don't know, Affleck, unfortunately he suffers from,
alcoholism.
alcoholism. Um, so for someone who I don't think it was ever mentioned who he was speaking with, but for them to go and say that to him, like, first of all, the person has to really know him that well in order to say some crazy shit like that. Cause I'd have been like, whoa, what the fuck?
What are
Um,
you trying to say, my
But
guy?
Word.
that also means like that's how bad in a bad state he was
Yeah.
during that whole thing. Like,
So for those that don't know, at that time period, he was going through a divorce. He was dealing with,
probably a custody battle.
issue, yeah, also that, also dealing with, his alcohol issue. And then on top of that, we deal with Warner Brothers changing up Zach's vision. And for those that are like, oh no, that's not true, no, it's 100% true. Ben Affleck was genuinely upset. Like that brought him down even more, that he signed on for this project with Zack Snyder. And for those that don't know, Zack Snyder's Justice League was going to be a two-parter, I think even a three-parter.
No, it was two.
Uh,
It was two
uh,
from what I think I've researched and what Kevin Smith like was talking about. He said it was just gonna be a 2 part epic, and then like it
right.
was gonna take a break.
So either
Wait,
way,
wait, what were you saying? I'm sorry, say that one more time.
No, that Kevin Smith was actually like had his hands on that draft of Zack Snyder's Justice League, like the 2 parts, like how everything
Yeah,
like
isn't it?
culminated.
Yeah, no, but he's saying the whole thing was supposed to be like a trilogy of Batman, like Bat BVS
Oh, okay,
Justice League
okay,
Part
got you, got
Two.
you, got you, got you, got you, got you. All right.
because
Sorry.
Ben originally signed on for those movies, and I think he was going to be done. Like either Batman was going to
Yeah, because
get
I
killed or something was going to
or
happen.
pass the mantle
Past
or
the
some
point,
shit like that.
exactly. Because again, we always talked about like, oh, Ben Affleck, he's great for the role, but he's an older Batman. Like in him in his career, if he's not in his 50s, going to be in his 50s by the time all this is done.
Yep.
So he wasn't going to be around much anyway. But obviously, we all know the debacle that Warner Brothers did. After Zach had to step down for personal reasons, and then they changed the whole script, changed the whole vision, and Ben Affleck's kind of like, I can see where he's coming. At first, I remember all the time. I was like, "Yo, fuck that! Like Ben need to stop being a bitch, this and that." And Mark was kind of just like, "Yo, like I would be OD tight too if I signed up for one thing and Warner Bros. Like, nah, now we're doing a completely new thing." And it goes back to Ben. Ben even tweeted, hashtag release the Snyder cut. His support for the guy who hired him, his support for that vision that he wanted to.
Yeah, that right there should tell you everything you need to know about why he stepped down.
Yeah,
Right there. Him saying release the Snyder cut when he has already been what, like months and months removed.
yeah.
Almost probably over a year now, or around a year.
It's about around a year right
Where
now.
since he made that announcement, I mean, like that should tell you everything you need to know about it. The fact that he was just like, release the Snyder cut because that was what we wanted. That's if that was happening, maybe who knows what would have happened. Like maybe I would still be Batman, maybe I wouldn't. Like, but I mean, I just think the whole thing is like, it's just foul. Like Warner Brothers just needs to like a foul on Warner Brothers' part.
Yeah, of
Not on
course.
obviously not on Ben's. Uh, I think anybody who is still saying, "Oh, Ben was, like not being professional," all this, like, stop, please. Like Warner Brothers just doesn't know what the fuck didn't know what the fuck they're doing. I still not convinced they know what they're doing, but we'll figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. That's what this podcast is about. We're gonna figure it out for them.
Yeah,
Uh,
literally.
We're gonna
but
walk him through it, guys.
but no, dude, like so me personally, I need to apologize to Ben, because I was definitely, me
Harsh.
being such a fan of his version
You were
of Batman.
blinded.
Yeah, no, me being such a fan of his version of Batman, I 100% want him to stay on and to just go through it and
I
be
mean, he
like,
was
"Yo."
our favorite Batman, so
Yeah, so it's like, but for dude, that's crazy. Like we talked about this off air, and the fact that obviously he had all those other things going on in his life, but to also have this going on and for him to be like, "Yo, Warner Bros, what are you doing? Like, can we just
yeah.
not keep?" Because imagine he did that script for the Batman, and people are like, "Yo, this is fire! Like, I cannot wait to do this." And Warner was like, "Yeah, no, we're gonna scrape this whole thing." Yeah, 100%. I now thoroughly believe
Well, we
whoever.
don't know if that happened. We don't know
No,
if
no, no,
that
no, but
actually happened.
that's what I'm saying. That's why the guy told him like, "Hey, dude, like if you go through what you went through with Justice League, like you won't make it out alive, basically. Like
Yeah.
you'll go back into the deep end." So it's like, but that's the point I'm trying to get at. That yeah,
Okay.
he had this script and all his close ones, and let's say like the actors and everyone are like, "Yo, this is fire. We can't wait." But then the studio gets the last look on it and it's like, "No, we need to change the whole thing up." And then it's a
Right.
whole
Right. Right.
mess in production.
Yeah.
Then yeah, he would
At
have.
that point, it's already too late, and he's just like, "Fuck! I just gotta do this now."
Yeah, so it's like
Also, contractual obligations.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like if he signed and then they were like, "Oh yeah, no, now," like because like I bet you probably studios probably do this shit all the time. I don't know, but just a guess. Like if they want somebody to sign on, they'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, this script is great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, it's perfect." And they sign, and then they're like, "Wait, actually, you know what? I was just rereading it, and I don't think this part is good. Whatever.
uh-huh.
So I wouldn't be surprised if studios do that kind of shit.
Yeah, but I mean, he he was gonna direct, start producing this, and then he went from directing. He cut that out. Um, no, it was director, writer, and starring, and then he gave it to Matt Reeves to direct. And then he gave it to Matt Reeves to write. And then he's like, okay, I'm not even going to star in this thing anymore. And for those, there's still a lot of people. I believe we talked about this a couple podcasts ago too. Matt Reeves didn't kick him out. Nobody kicked him out. Ben kicked himself out. Because I saw a lot of people when the Battinson got revealed. People were like, "Oh, bring Ben back!" Like this, and that. Like the Snyder cult. Um, and it's just like, yo, did y'all forget? Like Ben wanted to step down because Warner Brothers did X, Y, and Z, not because Matt kicked him out or they wanted to replace him. That's not the
Oh,
case.
right. Yeah.
So to me, it's just wild. It sucks. I love Ben's Batman, but He's doing he right now, like I said, he was he on First Take and Get Up this morning?
He was on
Yeah.
ESPN. He was on one of those shows.
Right.
Yeah, he
And
was. He was on
and
both.
he looked good, to be honest with you. Like, he looks healthy, he looks fit. He
Yeah,
looked like he was
he
having a
looks
good
great.
time
Honestly,
enjoying
yeah.
himself. He has a movie coming
He
He
said,
also
out.
lost weight.
yeah,
If y'all
he
peeped
said,
that.
that this movie actually made him like kind of like, um, really like kind of. I don't think he said fall back in love with acting, but it was kind of like he had a feeling where he was like, that he hadn't had in a while, I guess, acting, like, which is like
Right.
him saying that, like, watching a bunch of young kids, you know, um, kind of getting after it and really like, unifying and like kind of sticking together, kind of like reminded him of himself, like of him, like him and Matt Damon, at that age, when they made, um, what's
Goodwill
the
Oh,
Hunting.
freaking movie? Yes, Goodwill
yeah,
Hunting.
fucking
Yeah, like,
classic.
Never seen it, but I know that they wrote it.
You never watched that movie?
I have that shit on Blu-ray still in the wrapper. You know why?
Yo,
Because
you are missing out.
Because literally days after I copped it, sorry to cut you off, Mark. Sorry, but days after I copped it, Robin Williams died, and like I've been like hesitant because I get in my feels.
Got it. I highly recommend.
yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah,
So,
I got time.
I think, yeah, you do. So, yeah, like he was saying how like it kind of reminded him of himself and Matt Damon, and like, and I feel like, because I also feel like most of his movies like are with like people who are very well known, or it's like he doesn't see like that hunger, I guess,
Mhm.
like young actors and stuff like that, which is cool. Like, I mean, he could have just been talking, because obviously, sometimes, when you're on talk shows or whatever, and they ask you about the movie, you kind of have to go through the motions. But I mean, like, I just never heard an answer like that before, which I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So,
And
sidebar.
the the movie is titled The Way Back. It's coming out March 6th, and I think it's
Yeah.
very poetic, because the movie's called this, he's starring in it, and in a way for him it's probably a way back in his career to get back
Kind of
into
meta. That's crazy.
yeah.
His
Right.
his character struggles with alcoholism. I also gathered from the trailers, which is very very very
So
yeah.
although I'm sad to see you go, Ben. As I said before, I wish you the best in your life, in your career. Most
Yeah.
definitely. And I hope that Battinson does you real proud, and that you're able to move on from that whole Justice League fan made debacle. So yeah, and hope you never know, man. One day maybe he'll make a cameo, which we can discuss when we give our pitches to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, and come on, man. Like we have said enough about Ben Affleck. Like, y'all know how much he means to us as Batfleck, at least.
Yeah.
His jersey's
Yes.
retired, fam. His jersey's retired. Like, he did it on Jimmy Kimmel, like playing around, but legitimately, I respect the effort that he put into it and how invested he was at first.
Yeah.
And clearly, like, I've heard this from my grandmother before. Que en paz descanse. She said that if it makes you feel miserable, and she's talking about work, like just working.
Uh-huh.
Right.
If you feel miserable clocking in, get out of there.
Yeah.
If you dread waking up or getting dressed or knowing that you have to get in somewhere, like, change it. Like, just get out of there. Like, and I'm glad he did that, because who knows how good or bad it would have turned out. I'm just glad he went with his gut
Yeah.
Yep.
and just decided to step down, because, like, come on, man. Like, especially after how they did Zach, like, I wouldn't want to be part of that if I was in his
Right.
shoes. I would be like, I'm out. Especially after you had me, like, dressing up for a fan-made film. Come on, fam.
No, 100%. And I mean, not only like Ben, but dude, take a look back at some of those actors that they had for, quote unquote, their phase one, like BVS and Suicide Squad, like Will
They
Smith.
had some huge
Yeah,
names.
that
Will
2013,
Huge.
that
And they managed
2013 to 2016 DC draft class is nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts.
insane. So, man, go to commercial because we about to pitch to Warner Brothers what the fuck they should do.
So we back.
Yeah. So I don't know who wants to start us off, but the mine it's a couple different variables that could be taken into it. It all depends on one movie for me that can change everything for Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And it's to me, well, not I don't mean to put it that way because obviously that's Flashpoint. But what I mean by that is the way my timeline is gonna go for them is if they release a Snyder cut or not. That is gonna determine a lot of
Why?
their future. Because we talked about it in the chat, because depending on how it ended is where we're gonna see these characters take place in the universe. Wouldn't you say?
No.
Or is that just not? Or so would release?
No, this is not going to be canon. It's
yeah,
not going to
it's
be
not
canon.
That's the Zack verse. If
It's
anything.
not going to be canon. Yeah, that's not going to be its own. Yeah, that's not canon at all.
Even though they could still tie everything in, like CW did. But I
Like-
see where
like
you're going with your point. I see where you're going with your point, though.
Mhm. But
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no worries. I just think if I have a wild theory. So okay, now I just added another one to it. What if like all the actors are low-key shooting other scenes for the Snyder Cut? Imagine.
They're doing. That's why I got pushed back. The announcement.
He's like, yo, Zach's like, yo, Gal, like low-key come to this location at this time. Jason Momoa at this location this time. They just have a group chat. They're just all there. Okay, so so the fan made one is we're keeping that canon then, the fan made one, unfortunately.
Yeah,
The one that we saw in theaters, that's the canon one.
Unfortunately.
Ooh, okay. Because we talk about this in the chat all the time, right? Because apparently that first one was gonna end with them. Hold on, I have it right here saved. I read it to sleep at night. It makes me feel better. So they were gonna defeat Steppenwolf, and then a boom tube opens up and they meet Darkseid for the first time, and they realize
and he
there's a
steps
bigger
on.
threat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he steps on Steppenwolf's head, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
so you can't end
what?
it. You can't end it. You can't have that be canon because
Exactly.
then everyone's gonna be like, "So what the fuck happens now?" You know what I mean? If they're just like, "Yeah, remember when we fought Darkseid?" and you're like, "Nope, I don't remember that." Like,
But,
you know what I'm saying?
but
Like,
depending on how it ends, nah, you're right. It's just too weird.
yeah,
Because Aquaman already happened, and that already took place after. Oh, we defeated Steppenwolf. Fuck, this changes my whole dynamic now. Man, fuck Warner Brothers. Nah, okay. So, all right, we're gonna keep the fan made edit canon, right? So easy fix. This is really quite the easy fix for them. So now we had Birds of Prey that just came out, and that took place after Suicide Squad. So Suicide Squad is also still canon. Cool. Later in the year, we're gonna get Wonder Woman 84, which will not interfere because it takes place in the past. So good for them. They're gonna make money off of that. It's most likely gonna be a good movie, and it doesn't interfere with our timeline. After Wonder Woman 84, what do we have? We have nothing for the rest of this year, right? From DC.
yeah, no, I don't think so.
Not that this year you said?
Yeah, 2020.
No. That's it.
Wow, that's it.
That's
I
it.
think that's a good thing.
On
Actually.
the film side.
Wonder Woman, and
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Cyborg. The Cyborg movie is supposed to come out this year.
Okay.
Oh,
So
and Lantern Corps.
Oh my god, I was so
Okay.
excited for that.
And then we have the Batman 2021.
Uh-huh.
So that's supposedly present day.
Good.
So did you guys see all that James Gunn was posting? Because then so in 2021 we have the Batman, we have the Suicide Squad, and we have Black Adam for DC.
Or the Black Adam if they want to keep it going.
What happened?
Because it's the I'm gonna give myself a Kawhi laugh for that.
Okay.
All right, whatever that one was. So James Gunn was answering a bunch of questions on his story.
Oh yeah, I saw you have those screenshots. Yeah,
Majority of them were like DC based questions. And one of them was like, "Oh, what is the most anticipated DC movie to come out?" He said, "The Batman." Um, so that goes to show you this movie is a lot of hype around it. They asked him as well, "Do you know the future of the DC movie universe? Like, do you know the details on new movies?" He goes, "Some, yes." So, already, let me ask you guys this: do you guys think that James Gunn is now going to play maybe a bigger role in the DC universe? Because there was another question that was like, what was that second choice you had in mind for a DC movie? He's like, I had two. Maybe you'll find out someday, but not today.
Ah.
So
Oh,
like,
I know what he could do.
mm,
He all right. This is gonna tie into my pitch.
okay.
James Gunn is 100% a forerunner for my pitch, because I'm not counting Wonder Woman as part of like how they branch out, because again, like you said, it takes place in like clearly in the past. It's in the fucking title. So I think that the Suicide Squad, does that come out
Uh-huh.
before the Batman?
No, it comes out right after, 2 months after.
All right. So Matt Reeves has already like put that out there, like this is his own thing, like there's nothing to do with anything else. Fuck yeah.
Right, but I still think it's in the grand scheme of thing, it's not like the Joker, where the Joker, 100% it's not tied into any of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but the Batman still kind of is in a way. That's just the thing. We don't know if they're gonna, if they're gonna register this as a DC extended universe movie,
Mm-hmm.
or if they're just gonna be like, go the Joker around, be like, okay, don't affiliate us with you, you know?
Yeah. All right.
No one's ever confirmed whether or not that's the case. And although Wikipedia is not a reliable source, the
Clearly
Batman
not.
is still tied into the future films of the DCEU.
As long as their lineup goes, at
Exactly.
least formally,
Right.
not like like in deep with the
Not,
ties into each other and all that.
uh-huh.
So I think that the Suicide Squad is an opportunity to do something funky. Why? Because James
Mm,
Gunn
knows all about the funk.
knows how to bring the weird on, and he basically teased Adam Warlock, which is that was a huge bomb drop at the end of volume
Yeah.
two.
I fucking forgot about all that.
So
Yeah, but what happened
what do you mean? What are you talking about?
with Adam Warlock?
No, I'm just saying that if he's able to handle the weight of teasing what's to come, I think he could do it in a DC film as well, like same way he did in teasing Adam Warlock with Marvel. Like, and also Guardians of the Galaxy is his baby. Like that's basically like his passion project, and I think he's approaching the Suicide Squad the same way. So
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Sorry to cut you
it was
off,
up.
but he said, someone asked him his favorite movie you've ever written, and he said The Suicide Squad is his favorite script so far that he's ever written.
Lit.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really good that he feels that way about the Suicide Squad. Makes us feel good
And confident,
that
yeah.
yeah.
The villain's gonna lose in a rap battle this time.
Oh man.
That's crazy. But yeah,
Now, you know what's dope? Like Margot finishes shooting for Birds of Prey, does the whole premiere, does the tour, and then she's right back to filming as Harley.
right
She
back to work.
spends more time as Harley than Margot. Um, but yeah, so
Gotta
we
get
have we have all these movies, right? The Batman, the Suicide Squad, Black Adam, Shazam 2, and then we get the Flash movie, July 1st, 2022. And that's still, to be determined. Um, but so it's gonna be a while till we get Flashpoint that's gonna be able to reset all this. So I'm just wondering
hmm.
if they're just gonna avoid talking about the ultimate uh timeline and universe as a whole. Just stick to, so they'll have the Batman, right? Matt Reeves already confirmed, like, hey, this is not tying into anything. It's gonna be my own movie. And the
Hmm.
Suicide Squad, I'm assuming is gonna be the same thing. It's just gonna be James Gunn movie. That's it. Black Adam's an origin film, and it'll probably have a Shazam teaser at the end. And then we have Shazam 2, and we already had Shazam 1 that came out after Justice League. So I still think it could work out if all these movies just stay true to themselves, not connect to the universe, and then we have the Flash movie with Flashpoint kind of address all the movies we've had so far, you know?
No, but they have already mentioned it. Like Birds of Prey, they mentioned it.
Mention what?
They mentioned the Suicide Squad, which I found interesting.
Well,
They
yeah,
kinda,
we got a
they kinda
little
had
nod.
to.
We got a little nod at Boomerang because she's like, "Oh, I know that guy."
Yeah, like you could. No, I mean like if the first Suicide Squad is not canon though, right?
It is.
It is because Harley broke
Oh,
up
it
with
is
Joker.
canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I mean, well, if that's connected and Suicide Squad is connected to BV, like it just means that it's all connected. It doesn't matter. Like you would have to cut everything off.
No,
I
You know
just
what I'm
think that I
saying?
just think
it's
that
still
it's its own timeline. I just think that going forward, I think that yes, the Flashpoint film is the perfect alley oop for course correction. But I just think that if they just keep playing along like nothing happened, even though it's gonna bother the hell out of us because like even like because picture this until Flashpoint comes out, we're just gonna get nods, Easter eggs, and
exactly.
references until
Exactly.
we get something that's definite.
Definitive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So we just my pitch is just that they continue dropping references and going along with it and just making again DC is off to an amazing start and I'm talking about their started with the Joker film wise.
What do
Birds
you
of
mean?
Prey was a lot of fun. I had a blast watching that the second time around, and I just I have a really good feeling about Wonder Woman. I have a good feeling about the Suicide Squad and obviously the Batman. So I just think that they're just gonna keep doing their thing until they just figure it out. I guess that's fine.
Right. Because my thing is this: we're gonna have the Aquaman movie come out after the Flash.
So that's what 2023.
No, 2022, December of 2022.
Oh,
And we got a tease at the end of Aquaman, obviously, with Black Manta
damn,
as the
that's a
main villain.
4-year gap. That's a long time.
So it's like I'm just wondering how they're planning this because is there going to be so here's my question. What major changes should Flashpoint make? That's I guess my question. Obviously, make Robert Pattinson's Batman the canon Batman
Uh huh.
in this new universe
Yeah.
because that's what Flashpoint has to do. It has to reset the universe. So
Oh, I got an idea.
because then we have unless they do this because this new Suicide Squad movie is a soft reboot of the other one.
Yeah.
So what they can do then is maybe have that take place.
Right after Birds of Prey. If they're smart, it should be right after Birds of Prey.
Well, that's what James Gunn said. He said that it's they asked him where does it take place, and he said present day. So yeah, after Birds of Prey.
That's
Um,
yeah. That's how they should do it.
so yeah, kind of like what we're saying is that they're just taking every movie little by little. They're like, hey, this is happening now. Don't worry about what's going on in the future. Just worry about now.
This is what's frustrating is that like they literally this is all they had to do. Zach was on a very particular path with the vision that he had. Very simple steps. You gave us a Superman film. You gave us a team up with BVS. Threw in Wonder Woman. Gave us the rest of the Justice League in an email. It's fine. It's fine. Cristerio, it's fine. And then we get the tease of a Justice League film that ended up being a crowdfunded film, fan made. And then we get Suicide Squad. And then
GoFundMe.
yeah, it was GoFundMe. And then like, but then to me, where DC fucked up was with Justice League. Was with because here's the thing. I think that if they wouldn't have been like real pussy, I think that we would not be having the conversations we're having right now. Obviously,
100%.
100%. So I just think that like they were so hyped up on trying to catch up to what Marvel's doing. They're like, no, we got to get this shit out here because we want to compete. We want to make this money too. But again, like the funds blinded the vision, and it just seems like they're working backwards now. Now they're like, oh shit, if you actually let creatives like do their thing, we actually get good shit. Yo, Todd Phillips, cook, my guy. Yo, Kathy
Yeah.
Yan, cook. Go ahead. And now
Yeah.
like James Gunn, which was a huge draft pick for DC because I think like this was part of their cleanup as well. They're like, all right, we need something funky and fresh outside of Birds of Prey that's gonna really like solidify us and kind of find our identity because DC is clearly coming into their own. Their recent films have been rated R and have some serious content in it.
Mhm.
And I think that going forward, they're gonna just stay on that ledge with it because why not have a rated R Flashpoint? Flashpoint is gruesome as shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think Warner Brothers is still pussy because rated R might not make as much money as they would want them to.
Oh my god!
Um, because a lot of kids will want to go see a Flash movie.
Say, hold on.
Yeah, I completely fucking agree, but business is business, I guess. But here's another thing we always talk about, right? With let's say they release a Snyder cut, and that shit's a fucking success. People loved it, and now they're like, wait, we want fucking more. We want to see the whole vision. Is there any possibility that they continue that?
Nope.
That they bring Zach on, they bring the rest of the cast on? None, right?
Nope. I don't think it.
That's just
I don't
gone.
think
They had their chance, they blew it.
Yeah, it's a one and done because remember what the CW did or the decision that WB did with like to not include like Green Arrow and Justice League and all that to not confuse the public and all that. I think that it would be kind of weird to be like, oh, so yeah, Ben Affleck is back.
Right.
Yeah, like it's like he already hung the jersey up. Like we know Jordan came back in 2003 after 96. But that like come on, like I don't think Ben Affleck is going to be interested to come back so soon.
Especially after what he said today.
Guys, BVS was only 4 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's still relatively fresh in everybody's mind, especially knowing that oh wait, he was Batman. Because now the public, like to me, the general public is kind of whatever about everything, unless you're cursed with knowledge like us.
Mhm.
But they start catching on to things. They know Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker. They know Ben Affleck is Batman. He's always going to be Batman. Same way Michael Keaton, same way they feel like that about Christian Bale and all that. So I just think that's going to be kind of weird and jarring. Like if they like, oh, well, he's back. We decided to go through with this.
Right.
I just think that like whatever direction they decide to go in next, they just need to really go with the creative flow of whomever they decide to helm whatever next projects they have coming up because
Yeah.
even for Black Adam, we know that The Rock is producing it too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's directing?
I'm not sure of his name. All I know is, again, I mentioned this in a previous chat. Every time The Rock tweets, I mean, he put something on Instagram. He's like, the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change, and I'm just like, let's go.
Well, maybe he like that's the thing. Maybe whatever pitch he had for this film, because clearly this is a passion project of his. If he went in for the role,
Yeah.
he's willing to help pay for it. So
Right.
again, DC is changing their attitude when it comes to this stuff. So, and also,
Yeah, so hopefully.
The Rock is kind of like he's kind of
He's box office, dude. People show up to
he's
see him.
box office. That's the word I was trying to say. Like,
Box office.
come on, man. He touched the
He
Fast
is.
and Furious franchise. That shit blew up, fam. Like, come on. Like, let's
Yeah,
be
bro.
really honest. Like,
Jumanji 1 and 2.
come on, fam.
Hits.
And again, I have feelings about his acting. It's pretty flat. Plays the same guy, just in a different shirt every movie. It's fine. I love you, DJ. You're the man, my idol. But the thing is that clearly he's bringing something different to the table, and that's what I'm looking forward to as well for him. At least with Black Adam, because if he ends up being the next big bad, they could work something around that. They could work something around that with Flashpoint and make it different. Because that's the thing. I'm not expecting Flashpoint to be exactly like the amazing animated film that I saw.
Right.
Yeah, it's not. I think
I
it's going to
hope-
be
I
Reverse Flash is definitely still going to. Obviously, I think he's going to be the villain.
Mm-hmm.
But
They,
Maybe he's in cahoots with Black Adam. Who knows?
there's a rumor going on that Jessica Chastain is gonna play a Reverse Flash. The Reverse Flash. They're doing a gender swap.
That's the rumor mill.
um,
That's the rumor mill.
Damn,
I
she's one of my
it'd be
don't
interesting.
think that would.
She's a good actress. Like
She's
I
an
wouldn't.
amazing actress,
She's out here, bro.
but we'll see. What my thing is this: they need to do what X-Men almost perfected in rebooting their universe with Days of Future Past.
Oh, got you.
What?
Got you.
Well, they just need to reset the timeline to have it all make sense and just do it. Days of Future Past was amazing. Probably the best X-Men film.
Whoa, whoa.
Was better than Days of Future Past.
Logan is pussy, I guess. All right.
No. I'm talking about X-Men, like the team up X-Men.
Yo, Dark Phoenix.
Oh, who could forget that, bro?
I still haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
That was another fan made film, actually. Like, in case you don't know. Bryan Singer
Jesus.
was like, "Yo, I got an iPhone X, right?"
Hashtag release the Singer cut.
Fuck that nigga, bro.
But nah, yeah, like Days of Future Past, like tied in, everything that went on pretty well, and then they kind of just blew it at the end.
With Dark Phoenix, yeah.
So
Felt like that
they
of a
just
TV episode.
so that's what Flashpoint needs to do. That's what it needs to tie everything we've seen so far in the best possible way. It doesn't have to be perfect, just make it make sense, and then carry on from there and make everything make sense from there.
And you know
If
why?
they're-
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
If they're
Nah,
what?
if they can do that, then they're straight. They're good.
And you know what else? That's what I'm saying. Like Suicide Squad, Black Adam, Flashpoint, all these films or all these films leading up to Flashpoint.
Uh-huh.
Like, dude, Flashpoint is gonna be so important because whatever character arc is developing now, coming up with Harley. I'm talking about at least like the main characters. Like, I don't really care about the rest of Suicide Squad. At least with Harley, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, like all these characters, right? Leading up to Flashpoint, bro. Imagine all that shit happens, and then Harley in a post-credit scene bumps into a dude in clown makeup, and it's not Jared Leto because of the freaking time paradox now.
Right.
And they like low-key cast somebody else that we weren't expecting, and then like we get a new Joker there. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Flashpoint.
Bro, they the writer for Flashpoint has a very big weight on her shoulders. Like she is gonna have to talk to whoever she needs to talk to and be like, "Yo, how are we gonna get this right?"
She's definitely working with Jim Lee and everyone else. I'm sure. Like
Warner
every
Brothers
day.
needs their top dogs on this right now.
Yeah, they
Because
need.
that's the only way, and not even forget about competing with Marvel. No one is going to compete with Marvel. That's not what we're here for. We're here to make good content. If we got good content, people are going to come watch it. DC has the fucking characters for it. Who doesn't want to go see a Batman movie? Who doesn't want to go see Superman? Who doesn't want to see these characters on the big screen?
But it's not just the characters; it's the content. Like it's just like they have deeper shit going on. There, like to me, the deepest character over there in Marvel. I'm talking about as an overall. I'm not talking about movies. I'm just talking about overall. Is Spider-Man? That's the deepest character they got to me. At least from what's touched me. Like from what has.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Like,
So, come on. DC has fucking Batman, Wonder Woman, Aqua, like all these characters that have real shit going on in their lives.
yeah, that's like the biggest thing. It's just like they have, you have Aquaman who's essentially, well, not essentially, he is an immigrant. Like, or I'm sorry, not Aquaman, Superman, and then Aquaman's kind of like that guy who's never really accepted anywhere,
He's an
and
outcast.
then
Yeah.
yeah, he's an outcast, and then Flash, nerdy, whatever, bullied as a kid, grows up and becomes this,
And not
the
just that,
hero
the
of his city,
tragedy that had him. That
and the
like,
tragedy.
yeah,
Yep,
like that's fucked
yeah,
up. It's
and
like
then in
fucked
the
up
face of
shit.
all that, he's still like positive and very, like happy and tries to like look on the bright side of things.
Come on, man. Like I'm
Like,
looking forward to seeing Ezra Miller run and like end up in an alleyway in Gotham and bump
mhm.
into fucking Jeffrey Dean Morgan and he puts a gun in his face. Like that's what
yo,
I'm
but
looking forward to see. Like
yo, but you know what just hit me too.
yeah, you good,
Okay,
bro?
all right, all
Yo,
right,
bro, if I see that, bro,
yo,
I'm walking out the theater.
And you swinging on the first person you see?
No, I'm just like I said previously. I'm walking out the theater. I'm waiting till the next showing and going to see that one because I wouldn't be able to handle that.
dude, like think about like how deep of a character Flash is though. Like
Yeah,
he literally has the power to go back and stop his mom from dying. Like he has the ability to do that, and but he can't. Like that is such a fuck. Like if you actually take a step back and think about that shit, that's really fucked up. Like
yo, you know what I'm also thinking?
what?
What if that Flash cameo that we got on the CW, right? Maybe
Mhm.
maybe it didn't mean anything. Maybe they're just like, yo, the Warner Brothers like, yo, just do this just so people could know like his movie's coming out, Ezra's our Flash, this and that. Cool. Well, bang bang. But he showed up right when we have this whole multiverse thing going on. What if, he does Flashpoint and he just creates um a new so I mean, regardless, they're gonna create a new multiverse, but I'm saying like it literally erases everything that we saw up to that point. And we just have
And
these new versions of these characters like Aquaman, like
but
uh,
are they so they're the same people just played
yes,
differently?
yes.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, good. As long as they don't recast everybody, then
No,
I
no, no, no,
yeah,
no.
because honestly,
100%
their
not.
castings are fire. Like
Yeah,
I
the
love
draft
everybody in their
classes are always
roles.
great. Always.
Yeah,
I don't have an issue with any other castings really.
So it's like because especially at the end, what he said to Grant Gutson's Flash, where he was like, "I told Victor this was possible, like a multiverse." So it's just like maybe they're hinting at something. I
Come on,
could be
man. Like we
reaching, but it's
said,
just
bro,
like
it's the alley oop, bro.
that.
That's
Yo,
it.
it. Do I trust Warner Brothers? No, 100% not. They have completely lost my trust. I don't trust them with anything. But
I
I'm
still trust DC though.
they don't really have a pull. They don't have a say in this. So
They just got the characters. They're like, all right, here you go.
yeah. So if
No, I
DC
mean
had the pull, then
they
yeah.
still have people. They still have a poll, but not the poll, like not the most poll. But I hope they can get like their points across and shit. Like I said, like Jim Lee, like obviously he works for DC, like he's a DC head, like you know what I mean. Like that's what I mean by I have faith in
Jim
DC.
Lee's like, yo, either y'all gonna do it my way, or I'm gonna get the Rock up in here and he's gonna bench press one of y'all motherfuckers.
Oh,
So yeah,
word.
so y'all let me know
I will
whatever
walk
you
in
want.
there with him and Jason Momoa and be like, all right, so here's what we're going to do.
Not what you want to do. This is what
Here's
I'm
not
going
here.
to do.
Yeah, this is not what we're thinking. No, this is what we know is happening. And then somebody says, "Yeah, we'll see." And then Jason Momoa just like grabs his shoulder and just like, "All right, buddy, shut the fuck up." Like
Before I
here's what's
waterboard you
gonna
with
happen.
Guinness.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Like these, like that's what I'm saying. Like DC, like I like you, JB. I am not at all hopeful in terms of them getting it right. I'm just more intrigued by how they're letting everybody rock. Like it's like when you see somebody like actually hitting a stride and like doing well and like, oh, okay, like what the fuck? They were a fuck up. Like, okay,
Right.
it's not doing too bad.
But man, I mean, like no MCU content right now. They're doing their thing. We typically don't get any real crazy shit when it comes to MCU in terms of.
Oh, yes,
Oh
we
my god,
do.
no, I'm talking about in terms of
No, I'm
like.
talking about recently.
What do you mean?
The Venom set picture. I saw a picture. I saw a set picture like just scrolling by on Reddit,
Just scrolling by.
and
Um,
I had to leave the app right away.
nah, it definitely looks like they're gonna tie in the whole Sony verse, which is gonna be pretty cool to see. But I mean, I'm just talking in terms of like right now, no real news, like concrete news has
Oh
dropped,
yeah. I know what you mean.
and we're not really like worried about the direction they're going in. Like it's not really a concern of mine. Like when it comes to Warner Brothers and DC, like it is a big concern of mine because I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Um, I it's not too late. They can recover. Um, so I just hope for the best, man. You know, these are some of my favorite characters. Stop doing them fucking dingy. Stop listening to bum ass critics who don't understand the characters. Do what you got to do to please the fans. You know what I mean?
You know,
Just
I disagree with you. Fuck the fans. You think Todd Phillips? You know, I'm just saying. Like, you think Todd Phillips
No, like,
gave
yeah,
a
exactly. Yeah,
fuck about what anybody had to say? You think Joaquin Phoenix gives
just
a
make
shit?
make your vision. Do what you
Exactly.
think is
Put
cool,
your
and
shit
some
out
people
there.
gonna fuck with it, some people not,
okay.
and that's
my fault.
100% it.
You know
You
why?
right.
Because people like, cause the thing is that people are always gonna hate. You could say
Yep.
what you want about Christopher Nolan stuff. I'm sure like you'll find somebody who's like, you know what, that shit was kind of
That shit's
boring to me.
overrated.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
overrated. It's kind of boring. It's kind of pretentious. Cool. But then those same people will turn around and be like, you know what? I kind of fuck with this. Like that's like, come on, man. Like it's just part of the game, man. Like you're gonna get these hiccups and turnovers, bro. Like, come on.
They should have just stuck with their Snyderverse. That's all I'm gonna say. Hashtag release the Snyderverse. I'm out.
So is that it? There's nothing else.
I mean,
guess not.
we could go off for hours about what these people do.
No, honestly, the moral of the story is Flashpoint.
That's the alley-oop.
Like, don't
At the end of the
fuck
day,
this
yeah.
up.
Right.
Don't fuck this up.
Don't fuck it up.
It's like open layup. It's an open layup. Nobody's in front of you. Fast break. Do not fuck this up. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to. Oh no! One other thing I do want to mention
What's
is
up?
HBO Max and like AT&T and Subway. Yeah, you
That's
heard
a
it right.
hell of a freaking collab. Jesus.
Yo, like AT&T and Subway, I think are gonna sponsor this Release the Snyder Cut movement just because like
That is so
AT
weird.
AT&T was just like commenting under the HBO Max. So HBO Max this on Friday was on Instagram promoting like the streaming service that's coming out in May.
Uh-huh.
A lot of good content actually. But so when they posted for Justice League, they posted the fan made one. The quote that they put was only from the darkness can we truly feel the light. That quote was not in the fan made one. And AT&T commented underneath, hope is easy to lose, but always close by. And Subway tweeted the same thing because they had asked Zack Snyder what would be in his Subway sandwich. And he said, no cheese, no bologna. And he's taking shots. Like, no corny shit. None of those corny ass jokes.
Oh my god.
No phony shit. No baloney. You feel me? And they said the same thing. Hope is close by. And they even said they said the time has come. Hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is Subway's official verified account tweeting this shit.
That's so weird because it's gonna be like, all right, so let me get Italian urban cheese and so is the link is the link
of Snyder Cut?
Yeah, like am I gonna get like a 1 week subscription to HBO Max? Like I have to cop in the sandwich.
I'm gonna step into Subway now and be like, yo, I know y'all got it. The employee's gonna be like,
got what?
The employee's gonna be like, I don't what are you talking about? So I'll be like, yo, give me that shit. Pause that, give me that shit. They'll be like, sir, you haven't place the order, I'll be like, yo, you son of a bitch. If I don't get this shit right now, I'ma sue.
Local man gets arrested at a Subway.
Word. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, they have it, sir. Officer, they have it. They being mad stingy with it. This is Subway's pinned tweet. So Zach,
Wait,
look,
this could go deeper because the officer arresting you is actually Jim Gordon.
boo.
Oh, brother.
Yo, so Zach tweeted, right? This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna
So-
take a shower. I'm gonna wipe my ass. It's two. It's had.
Jesus Christ.
So this was on Friday, which is 2:14. Oh, by the way, Ariel, I got you. I'm gonna take the shots.
Nah, I'm gonna take it with you, my guy.
Oh, I no doubt.
Little meal.
He wrote, it's 2:14, and people have been asking me what would be on a Snyder cut sandwich? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And then he added Subway. Mind you, this is Subway's pinned tweet. The sandwich would be in a league of its own, that's for sure. Good one, Subway.
So on the nose.
And look, then they put the quote that AT&T put as well. We know hope is easy to lose, but if you dig around, it's usually close by. That is a quote from the movie, but they changed it up. Remember, Superman was like your keys, and then he added that stupid shit.
Well, he was like,
So-
hope is like a river.
No,
Right.
that's
That's from the
no, that's his logo. That's his logo though. Like hope is like a river. Oh no, you're right. No, you're right. It's from that like that video, right?
from the
Like that,
opening
like,
scene. Yeah,
the
opening
kids,
shot.
yeah, the kids.
So cringe.
But I like the car keys line. You know, it's like your car keys. You know, you dig around. It's usually close by.
Yeah, but the fact that Subway tweeted that, but they took away the car keys part, makes it kind of like, But okay, but if you dig around, it's usually close by. Who has been hoping for the Snyder Cut sandwich? Question mark. Hashtag 214. And then he put, obviously it's all meat, no cheese, no bologna. Zack Snyder put that. So it's just like, what? It's like, what the fuck is going on? What does Subway have to do with this? Like, what is going on?
What the hell is going on? Yo, let me try to
And
find-
also on 214, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. Wow, what kind of a Snyder fan am I? I should be disappointed in myself. Did y'all see the photo that he posted for 214? It was a photo, mind you, it wasn't in black and white anymore. It was color again. He's
Mhm.
only been posting color, fire. So we get a picture of the Flash. There's a lightning bolt. The Flash is kind of like hurtling over the lightning bolt, and then the Flash also on the other side. So there's two flashes, and it's just like, again, what the fuck is going on? I need an explanation. Release the Snyder Cut. Thank you. I'm gonna go take a shower now.
All right.
But all right, guys. Thanks for listening. Remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on IG, Comic Gods, and please send us DM us, guys. Like, slide in
Yes.
and ask us questions. Like, suggest stuff. And I just found out that Kaylani broke up with YG, so I'm gonna see ya.